Yeah, it got to me eventually. Things that really affected me as a child came to a head.
And that meant working through her anger at a father who gave her success and stardom, but not the closeness she so craved. You were kind of estranged from him for a while.
You know, I never got to know my father the way I wish I would have. When I was a kid, we never had the relationship, that daughter-father relationship that I saw kids have.
Because he was more a manager than a father?
Yeah.
Only recently did she begin to repair that relationship, taking her dad as her date to the opening of The Nutty Professor 2, in which she co-starred.
But, you know, you may not forget what happens in the past, but it's about what's happening now for myself.
Unfortunately, her trouble with men wasn't over. Last year, Jackson announced she was divorcing Rene Elizondo, her husband of 8 years. Those are his hands in that famous Rolling Stone cover. And in a business where divorce can be just another career move, this was shocking, because so few people knew they were married in the first place. Why'd you keep it a secret?
It was something that we had decided to do. Give it a chance. It's hard enough being married and being in this industry. It's tough.
And from that, you've learned what?
Never get married. No, I'm just... I don't. I've learned a lot. And I have a major issue with trust.
Trust sounds to me like a infidelity issue.
Does it? Could be. Maybe, maybe not.
You'd like me to drop this now and move on, wouldn't you?
I mean, basically, yes.
We did move on, and Janet Jackson, she's trying to do the same. Her latest CD and tour have plenty of pop music gold, but also some raw sexuality and a big helping of anger. Janet says it's all part of the last few years.
You guys are playing cards?
Because her mother raised her a strict Jehovah's Witness, Jackson says she ended up marrying the only 2 men she ever dated. Today, she's resolutely single.
Have you been shopping yet? No. There's a couple's cute story I'll tell you about.
Oh, really?
But those bruises haven't completely healed.
Marriage just isn't for everybody, and I'm starting to think maybe it's not for me. But I don't know. I could see the kids, but I can't see the husband.
Yeah, well, there are ways to bypass that whole husband step.
Okay, yeah, I know. Believe me, I do know that for sure. And it's been talked about a couple of times.
Another secret? Maybe not for long. Remember, much of what happens to her personally eventually gets discussed on the job. Is it therapeutic to sort of, talk about your life on stage to the audience, bit by bit, through all those songs?
You know, it is. There are some nights where I feel like with certain songs that it just happened yesterday.
So this is sort of the world's largest group therapy session.
Is it? Well, it's very cathartic, that's for sure.
On stage, her hit song, her show itself, is All For You. And finally, perhaps for the first time, it's also all for her.